Beyond the glitz and glamour of the spotlight and on-screen characters portraying falling in love, these talented actors have their own love stories that are equally adorable and heartwarming. Here's a story so cute, it almost got made into a movie. Jill Wagner and her hubby, David Lemanowitz, tied the knot back in 2017. But here's the cool part. They actually crossed paths way before that, when Jill was just 17. It took them a few shots at love, but their journey is so extraordinary that Hallmark might turn it into a movie, according to Jill herself. Want to know more about their love story? Let's take a peek. She revealed that she and Lemanowitz had a history together, having dated during their younger days. Fate stepped in, and they rekindled their connection later in life. Back then, he was a hockey player passing through North Carolina, and they had a few dates, but then he mysteriously disappeared until around 5 years ago when they found each other again. Their love story is so remarkable and intense that Hallmark is considering to turn it into a movie, although the filming is yet to take place. So, get this. They spilled the beans on a Home and Family episode, and it's pretty wild. Picture this. She was just 17 and he was 20 when they first crossed paths. But guess what? Things didn't work out back then. She said, "I didn't ditch him. He ditched me." Sneaky as a cat, she snuck out of her dad's place one night to meet him, totally breaking the rules. And you know what happened? Cupid struck hard, and they were head over heels for each other. They went out a few times, and then poof, he vanished into thin air. Can you believe it? Such a roller coaster love story. She even had this to say in one of her interviews.
I don't want to kind of gloss over it and make it this pretty little perfect, I want to tell the real story of it all.
Here's the crazy part. Fate took over, and they had a reunion straight out of a movie. Get this. It happened in Afghanistan. She was on a USO tour, doing her thing, and he was on duty with the Air Force. And guess what? At some morale event, he caught a glimpse of her again. Talk about destiny bringing them back together in the most unexpected place. Crazy, right? It's like a real-life romance novel unfolding right before our eyes. So he decided to do some online detective work. He dug deep and found out it was indeed the same Wagner he once dated back in the day. Talk about a small world. But it wasn't lovey-dovey at first sight. They were both seeing other people when they bumped into each other again in Afghanistan. Fast forward to Valentine's Day 2016, she finally ended things with her old partner, and guess what? She was shooting Christmas cookies. The very day she returned to LA, her girlfriends dragged her out for dinner, and bam! Fate intervened again. Right as she's leaving the restaurant, she hears a familiar voice. "Jill!" Guess who? It's David, strolling right into the same joint she was walking out of. Destiny couldn't resist bringing them together, and the rest is history. The two then got to talking and going on a couple of dates, and before you know it, by July 2016, the two were madly in love and engaged. They got married in April 2017 and have since welcomed a baby girl, Army Gray Lemanowitz and Daisy Roberta Lemanowitz, and the family could not be cuter. She even posted this on her Instagram to reminisce about their beautiful wedding. Next, let me tell you about Cindy Busby. She's an absolute rock star in the entertainment world. You've probably seen her in tons of TV shows and movies, and trust me, she's got serious acting chops. Cindy's got this charm that just lights up the screen, and her talent is off the charts. She has displayed remarkable on-screen chemistry with various scene partners, Christopher Russell being one of them, with whom she has co-starred 3 times. While Cindy's on-set chemistry with Christopher is sizzling, in real life she has a long-term beau, who in December 2020 became her husband. But before we talk about that, let us get into their history and how this all happened. Let me introduce you to the one and only Christopher Boyd, the lucky guy who stole Cindy Busby's heart. You know how people say real life ain't like those mushy romance flicks? Well, they haven't met this power couple. Cindy and Christopher are living proof that fairy tales can come true in the real world. These lovebirds tied the knot on December 12th, 2020, and let me tell you, it's like something straight out of a romance movie. And get this, their love story unfolded while Cindy was working on her movie, Chasing Waterfalls. How cute is that?
A man hasn't turned my head in years. Why now? Why here? It's all just a fantasy.
Good night.
Good night.
Cindy's got a heart of gold, and it's clear she found her perfect match in Christopher. They're living proof that love knows no bounds, and that real-life love stories can be just as magical as anything you see on the big screen. Now the real question is how the two even meet. So, she explained during an interview with Rave It Up TV in January 2022. Turns out, she's a total believer in fate because she never had any grand plans for her wedding or dreamed up her Prince Charming. Life just threw her some major curveballs, and she embraced it all like a champ. Chris even posted this little tribute to his Instagram to celebrate their 4 years. How cute! First, she had this surreal feeling when she found herself with a boyfriend out of the blue. Then, There was a time when she tried to make a doomed relationship work, but it was a lost cause. But you know what? Cindy had a light bulb moment when she decided to focus on loving herself, rather than chasing after someone else's love. And guess what happened when she was just doing her thing, hanging out with her pals? Enter Christopher. This dude came out of nowhere, introduced himself, and something clicked. He was super vocal about wanting to date her and even asked for her number. Cindy was like, "Whoa, hold up!" But she gave it a shot anyway. There was a little hiccup at first, with Christopher getting her number wrong, but he was determined. He tracked her down before she could leave, and that's when the magic started. They met, sparks flew, and they fell head over heels in love. How adorable is that? It's like a real-life rom-com unfolding before our eyes. So here's to Cindy and Christopher, the couple who's rewriting the rules of romance and giving us all some major hash relationship goals. So we all adore Daniel for being the charming Jack Thornton on that heartwarming Hallmark show, right? But here's the kicker. We don't know much about his wife. Well, guess what? Nadia's finally giving us the scoop. She spilled the tea to E.T., sharing how she and Daniel crossed paths a year and a half back and love happened. And here's the juicy part. They're heading straight to wedding town. Nadia's over the moon about becoming Mrs. Lissing, but she's playing it cool and keeping her family's last name on the down low. The two lovers met in Iceland in 2018 when a slightly tipsy Daniel approached Nadia at a bar. She revealed that she had felt an instant connection with him and had never ever met anyone like him before. Believe it or not, Nadia had zero clue that Daniel was an actor until their third or fourth hangout. Can you imagine? But hey, now she's his #1 fan, and he's all about her too. Talk about a match made in heaven, right? On October 24th, 2019, Daniel proposed to her on her birthday. She posted a photo on her Instagram announcing their engagement. She stated that she could not imagine her life with anyone else but him. Her ring, designed by Tiffany & Company, was a beautiful square-cut, ice-clear solitaire diamond. Nadia shared this picture of her stunning ring to Instagram with the caption, "Couldn't imagine spending my life with anyone else." How can your heart not melt? In an interview with E.T., this is what he had to say about being engaged.
And I want to know, how is engaged life going?
It's so good. I mean, we just did a great trip together, and we're just loving life together.
The couple, all set to tie the knot in the summer of 2020, had their hearts set on a beautiful beachy location, complete with palm trees and an ocean view, because they both loved the water. But then the pandemic crashed their party and threw a wrench in their plans. But the two took their time and eventually did end up tying the knot in a beautiful ceremony in California. Lissing, who was last seen on ABC's The Rookie, spilled the beans about their big day. He shared that they had a tiny and lovely ceremony, with just two close pals as witnesses. "We kept it super simple," he said, adding that it was their most cherished moment ever. And when they were asked how they celebrated after tying the knot, Lissing playfully said they kept it private. Ooh, sounds like they had their own little secret party. The two are absolute goals, and we can't wait to see more of them together. Lately, Christopher Russell, the beloved Star Trek Discovery actor, has been creating a buzz in the romance genre, and we are totally here for it. When you're a big shot actor like him, people can't help but wonder about your personal life. The spotlight's always on, and folks are curious to know more. Christopher and his other half, who we know as Taylor James, started dating back in 2004, and mostly kept things under wraps to protect their relationship, which is totally understandable. And you won't believe this. So when Christopher was just 21, he started dating this super mysterious lady. They took their sweet time, going on dates and all, until they finally decided to say "I do" on the 15th of February. But here's the kicker. Nobody knows who this mystery wife is or when they actually got hitched. It's like a real-life secret love story, keeping us all guessing. They're like the kings of keeping things under wraps. It's the ultimate romantic puzzle, and fans can't help but wonder about the missing pieces of their fairy tale. The suspense. However, Christopher doesn't shy away from showing off his wife on Instagram. His feed is filled with their adorable adventures together, and it's clear that they're big fans of traveling and spending quality time side by side. On April 10th, 2018, he shared a sweet snap of the two of them, chilling on a white sandy beach, surrounded by a clear blue sky and a turquoise ocean. The caption said it all. White sandy beaches and clear blue sky, turquoise ocean, and just you and I. They're the definition of hash couple goals, and we can't help but swoon over their beautiful moments. Christopher and his wife became parents when they welcomed their daughter on April 28, 2013, followed by their son on October 23, 2015. Although Christopher hasn't spilled the beans about their names, he's not shy about posting them on Instagram. You'll spot their adorable kiddos popping up quite frequently on his feed, keeping the mystery alive, huh? But hey, they're one cute family, and fans can't get enough of their sweet moments together. Which one of these stories surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and become a member of our channel to receive a weekly shout out and get exclusive access to our private Facebook group. And be sure to check out our latest merch. Thanks for watching, everyone.